Good morning. I'm Missy Bono, the Interim President, CEO, and Director of Economic Development for the Chamber. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 128th Annual Meeting of the Jefferson City Area Chamber of Commerce. We are streaming live from one of our community's landmark buildings, known for years as the JCD Building. It has been transformed into beautiful River Park. River Park is a restaurant, retail, and office venue rich with character and serving as a wonderful example of what can be done with vision and the desire to invest in the future of our community. There are so many cool spaces in this building, one of which is the top floor offices with amazing city views where Darren Heckman, our 2020 chairman, operates his business, High Five Communications. Thank you, Darren, for inviting us to hold our meeting here today. Thank you also to our annual meeting presenting sponsor, Capital Region Medical Center. Capital Region Medical Center is proud to support the Jefferson City Area Chamber of Commerce. As your local community health system, CRMC is committed to advancing the health of Mid-Missourians. CRMC says, "We're proud of our communities and our healthcare heroes are working hard to push past the ongoing pandemic." The theme of our annual meeting is Focus 2021. This year, more than ever, it is important that we recognize our chamber and its leaders, focusing on their resiliency during the pandemic and their guidance in the midst of change. They have focused on the future and served us well. Before we move to our wonderful volunteers, I would like to thank our chamber staff. Susan for organizing this event today and for being creative with all other events that were non-traditional in 2020. Also, thank you to Angie, Sean, Ashley, and Dana for making it easy for me as I served in my interim role. They are all true professionals, and I'm so very proud to work with them. In preparing for this day, I was curious just how many years our chairman, Darren Heckman, has served. 2014 was his first year on the executive committee. 6 long years, right, Darren? I would like to personally thank Darren for the leadership and the support he provided to our organization and to me in this last year. And now for a recap of your chamber in 2020, the outgoing chamber chairman, Darren Heckman.
Thank you. Thanks, Missy. I'm just a slow learner, so I stayed on 6 years trying to figure out exactly what we were doing, but I appreciate it. Good morning. The usual role of the outgoing chairman of the chamber is to spend a few minutes sharing remarks about the past year and what was accomplished. How many of us really want to spend any more time than we have to looking back at 2020? I realize I'm probably the only person who remembers how I started my speech at last year's gala. I quoted author Robin Sharma, "Change is hard in the beginning, messy in the middle, and glorious in the end." When I said that last January, I was thinking more about the changes underway at the chamber and the establishment of the Economic Development Organization. Then March happened. For everyone's sake, I'm hopeful we are nearing the glorious part of the change that we've been going through the last 10 months. I am proud of the progress we've made as a chamber and a community in 2020, especially while dealing with a worldwide pandemic. We have established a Jefferson City Regional Economic Partnership. We have finalized a plan to restructure the Jefferson City Area Chamber of Commerce. It's been a huge group effort from the chamber staff, chamber board, economic development steering committee, subcommittees, and our city and county officials to get to where we are today. I want to thank each and every one of you who have given of your time and expertise throughout this process. I'm extremely excited about 2021 and what lies ahead. While the restructuring of the chamber was the big shiny object or project on the list the past year, I want to acknowledge two groups for their success in 2020. First, congrats and thanks to our chamber membership. We have a very solid membership, businesses big and small, and this year has proven how strong we are as individual members and as a membership. Second, I want to thank the chamber staff for their efforts and commitment during the last 12 months. Change has been thrust upon the organization, and I appreciate the individual and collective efforts, and I feel the chamber is positioned to do great things. In closing, I want to thank a few people for their support. As always, got to start with my wife, Greta. She takes care of me and the family and always knows when to give me a little confidence when I need it. To the High Five gang upstairs, Scott, Rebecca, Kyle, Sarah, Joanne, and Madison. Thanks for helping me balance things the last few years, 6, I guess, and just listening when I needed to talk out loud after a chamber meeting from time to time. To my fellow board members, and specifically the executive committee members over the past 6 years, I value the relationships I have built with many of you, and I have learned a lot from being around such solid individuals. Jeff, it's been a pleasure to work closely with you the past few years, and we are fortunate to have you in line to serve as chair of 2021. To 2020, one we will never forget, obviously, I say don't let the door hit you on the way out. Thank you. Thank you. And now it gives me great pleasure to recognize our outgoing chamber directors. We'll start with Morgan DeLong Costello of DeLong's Incorporated. Feel free if you'd like to say anything, Morgan.
I just want to thank everyone at the chamber and the entire board. It's been an honor and a pleasure to serve, and I'm excited about all the great things that we have in the works going forward, and proud of everything you've been able to accomplish over the last few years. So thank you again for everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Janet Ware Enlow, SSM, St. Mary's Hospital.
I am going to miss serving with the chamber. This was my 3rd time to be on the board, and I count each one a pleasure and a real privilege. And so thank you so much for that opportunity, and I'm going to miss you guys.
Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Janet. Sarah Rao, Leadership Jefferson City Representative 2020.
Yes, it was a great honor to be able to serve on the Jeff City Chamber Board as the 2019 Jefferson City Leadership Class. It was a real honor, and I appreciate all that I've learned from everyone and really look forward to all of the great things coming up in Jefferson City as well as with the Chamber.
And Sarah's actually not leaving. She liked it so much, she's going to stay on the board, so appreciate that. Appreciate that. We do have 3 individuals who are not able to join us this afternoon. Dr. Sean Strong from State Technical College of Missouri. Doug Otto, the Young Professionals representative for 2020. And I can't count, we actually have 4. Sorry. Jason Cecil with the Missouri Bar. And Chris Wood with Jefferson Bank. Again, collectively, we want to thank each of them for their time and their service on the Chamber Board. And now we want to recognize 2 of our retiring board officers. Terry Donner with Scholastics, Executive Committee at-large member 2019 and 2020.
I just want to thank the Chamber. It's been a pleasure to serve with some great folks for these last couple years, and so I'm just looking forward to the great things I think that are coming forward for the next couple of years.
Thanks, Terry. Also want to recognize Dave Minton with Central Bank, Chairman Emeritus 2020.
Thank you, Darren, and thank you, Chamber. It's been a real privilege to serve with this group. We have started a lot, and now it's time to finish some things. So I think we'll do that now. Thank you.
Thanks again to those community leaders. It's been, as I said, a pleasure to serve with you on the Chamber Board. And now I get the opportunity to present the 2020 Chairman's Award, recognizing one individual who has gone above and beyond in their leadership and service to the Chamber during my tenure as chairman. It's my privilege to present the Chairman's Award to a member who has provided outstanding service, volunteer service to the Chamber during the past year. Our award recipient is a longstanding Chamber member, serving multiple volunteer roles and more than one term on the Chamber board. When I say multiple, by my count, this person has served on over 25 Chamber committees since serving on her first in December of 2004. Most recently, while completing a term left vacant by a coworker who had moved out of town, she volunteered to serve on the Chamber Transition Committee. And true to form, not only did she serve on the committee, but she also chaired the committee. In large part because of the diligence of her and her fellow committee members, the Chamber has its organizational restructure in place, a revised budget for 2021 and beyond, and has begun the search for a new president CEO. Our community is sometimes labeled as a tough place for an outsider to find his or her niche, and some never embrace this place as their home. While our recipient is originally from Sedalia, Missouri, by her actions and involvement in our community, I'm thinking she calls Jefferson City home today. I'm proud to present this year's Chairman Award to Janet Ware-Enlow, SSM Health.
Is this where I'm supposed to say something profound? Nothing's coming to mind. Oh, wow. Well, thank you. I think I want to quote Sally Field saying, "You like me, you really, really like me." I don't know, maybe that's not appropriate, but thank you very much. It is truly an honor. I've loved working with everybody with the Chamber. I know you all so well, and I appreciate it, and I'm just floored by this. Thank you so much.
Yeah, congratulations. The best part of the program. At this time, I'm going to turn the program over to Jeff Davidson, the 2021 Chamber Chairman, to outline the Chamber goals to our members and our community for 2021. Jeff?
Well, I guess it wouldn't be a Chamber ceremony if I didn't give another plaque. So before I begin, it's my honor to present Darren with a token of our appreciation for his leadership as Chairman in 2020. So Darren joked earlier that probably no one remembers his speech from last year, but I can tell you that I vividly remember it because I spent the entire time picturing myself up on the platform and trying to figure out how I would be able to pull off a speech like that in front of hundreds of people. And although I would much rather be enjoying a gala with all of you, I certainly lucked out this year by getting to give my remarks in this setting as opposed to being in a tux sweating bullets under the lights. I was listening to Darren, even through my rush of anxiety, and I remember that he had a clear message to his speech, and that message was for us to give change a shot and not to be afraid to step out into something new. We must have taken that message to heart because there's a lot of new things and a lot of change flying at us as a chamber. Our outlook for 2021 is that changes that have been set in motion these past couple of years will begin to materialize now that we welcome a new CEO to lead the Jefferson City Area Chamber of Commerce. With new leadership comes establishing new goals, setting new priorities, and putting new processes in place. So with that change in mind, the theme of our meeting, Focus 2021, is extremely fitting. One way to describe focus is a concentrating of activity, and I like how that specific description applies to the chamber this coming year. We're moving from a stage of planning and preparing for change to a stage of concentrated activity. As Dave mentioned, it's time to get some stuff done. Activity is a key word to remember. Focus requires activity, or in other words, focus requires work. And there is certainly no shortage of work to be done in this coming year as the Chamber begins to implement change, but also look towards expanding both in membership numbers and the value we bring to our members. That work extends well beyond staff and board members to a host of leaders and volunteers on numerous committees. One of the strengths of our organization has always been dedication and hard work, and I know we are prepared to take on the challenge, and I'm excited to work alongside you. The definition also expresses that part of focus is concentrating, and concentration will certainly be a key to making sure we're successful in the work that I described earlier. Concentration will be important in two different ways. First, concentration speaks to a gathering or aggregation of interest or ideas, and our chamber will need to leverage all of our resources for ideas and input in order to execute on the plans we have for 2021. This process began with the JCMO strategy in 2019 and carries forward as we seek ways to improve and expand the organization. Secondarily, concentration refers to a oneness of purpose or a singular mission. And I assure you that our mission as the Chamber remains constant, and that is promoting economic vitality by serving our members and improving the economy and quality of life in the Jefferson City area. Serving our members and serving our community is the North Star of this organization and will continue to guide us as we navigate the year ahead. It's my pleasure to serve you as chairman in 2021. I'm passionate about the work ahead and our opportunity to concentrate our focus. Our board is committed to keeping our chamber a vibrant organization for years to come. Our talented and tenured staff members have already been working diligently to pave the way for a successful year. As this meeting comes to an end, I want to again congratulate those that have been recognized, as well as the volunteers and staff that have served the chamber this past year, and for your continued membership support in 2021. Thank you to Capital Region Medical Center for sponsoring this meeting today and for the work you're doing to serve our community. Have a wonderful afternoon.